I got my high quality headphones on. You can see here compared to Ian and Lester's, those Sennheisers and shit. Audio
Yeah,
Technica.
he has Sennheisers.
Audio Technica on Lester.
Yeah.
Dollarama, bro. These are my gym backups.
The Electras.
2.0, bro. Okay, so we're shooting an impromptu From the Bunker podcast here. Lester finally gets to answer the questions that people have been asking him. So I'm looking for them on the internet here. I'm in the booth, as always on Thrift Dweller. We have Ian and Lester here. I'm in the booth. And you can hear
The booth.
I thought I heard Ian's wife in the background, but it's actually what? Final Fantasy VII? Ian?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm playing darts right now in Final Fantasy VII.
We just missed
What do you
Gary.
gain from it? Do you get gold and stuff? Probably, hey?
I
Potion,
think you get a
elixir?
trophy for getting on top of the leaderboards or something like that.
So what's your name if people are on the leaderboards to see?
No, it's just in game, so it's just characters in the game are on the board. I think Wedge or Biggs is on the top of the leaderboard right now. I think.
Biggs.
Apologies for the... Sorry, go ahead.
You got to get 301 in, I think, 8 darts or less.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's hard.
Sounds riveting, Ian. I'm the only one here who hasn't played this game, Final Fantasy VII, just FYI.
The OG?
I never played it.
Oh, man.
I watched you guys play it in my whole junior high career, so...
Like, I'm pretty
I
sure...
I was playing it on my Vita for like the last 2 weeks, the original one.
Yep.
And I'm on 3rd disc now, and my guys are like level 80. And I got my gold chocobo, so I got like Knights of the Round already. All that stuff.
So how do you feel now playing the new one? Would you go back to the old one?
Well, I'm gonna go back and finish it. It's a different experience from when you're like a teenager.
Okay.
Like it's really like looking back. I really like the materia system and a lot of things about the game, but there's a lot of cringy dialogue. The story's not super polished, and I don't know how I would rank it now. Like playing it again in my 30s, it's not as good as I remember.
No.
Like I'm still having fun.
Rose-tinted glasses,
I
Ian?
would say. Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking maybe it might not even be in my top 3.
No. Yeah, I've been playing FF7 on my Switch just to play it, and I think I just play it just to gain stuff and, you know, see all the summons, and I think that's what gets me off. I guess. With the game itself, right? But then, right, we were playing it when we were 13, so it's more of just the nostalgic factor, really. But yeah, I wouldn't even have it in my top 10.
Really?
Crazy. Oh, heck no. No. Like, in terms of RPGs, top 10, but, like, games in general?
Yeah.
Yeah, games in general, no, it wouldn't even be in my top 10. That's how much it's aged, and I love PlayStation stuff. Yeah, but... Crazy
you want to get
controversy
into some questions,
right here. Someone's
guys?
going to get mad at me. What?
You want to get into some questions?
Sure.
So, are you ready to give Final Fantasy a score now, Ian? Final Fantasy VII, the remake.
Well, I'm only like a couple hours into it. I'm in chapter 3. I did a bunch of quests. All the little mini quests so far that I can do. This is my first time playing darts. So I don't know whoever's playing this game right now. It's you'll know how early I am in the game. It's like super early.
So you're already unimpressed.
So I can't really give it a score, but there are things I really like about it though. Like you definitely connect more with the people of Midgar, and you kind of because you spend how much time in the original game? Maybe 8 hours, but that's kind of like getting through everything. Mm-hmm. This is your kind of like you set up a base of operations in Midgar in Sector 7, and you can like do little missions for people in the area. So I'm kind of like, I don't know, excited to see all the other things this game added to, like the FF7 story. There's a lot more flashbacks and like hallucinations right off the bat for Cloud.
Oh wow! Based on his past.
And then based on, like, I guess because I'm playing the original as well right now and it's still fresh.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that kind of like happens in the dialogue where like conversations and stuff that were alluded to between like Cloud and
him and
Sephiroth,
Sephiroth,
you actually get to see more, you know.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, because on PlayStation, a lot of it was the reading, right, the dialogue to get what was happening. But
I'm sitting here, I
they
have
did
no
like
idea.
a whole bunch of FFVs.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm just nodding. I'm making faces to Lester. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, if you play the OG,
Sense,
if you play the OG when Sephiroth actually comes into the game, it's like, whoa, man, right? But I bet you when you're playing the new one, Ian's was like, whoa, there's more. Like,
yeah, you know, like, and the thing is, like, because we know the original game and like we know all the story already, it's kind of cool just to see like what they add to it.
Just another twist to it, yeah.
And I know it's just the first installment, but I don't know. It's gonna take how long for them to finish this game?
It's gonna be like Chronicles of Narnia. You have to wait like every 3 years or something. Then they'll just That's what happened with the movies, man.
I didn't even watch those movies. I used to watch the show back in the day.
I was so upset.
Wardrobe.
We got to make a podcast.
I haven't watched any of those movies.
I haven't
first
on
two.
It's good. Oh, the movies.
Yeah.
The movies suck balls.
Oh, I love them, man.
Watch
we had
the
the
BBC.
books at
It's so much
home
better.
when I was a kid.
That's the one I watched too.
You want to cut into questions? Ian can kind of keep playing because he's totally into this right now. And he can chime in. You want to chime in, Ian? I'll ask Lester a bunch of questions from people.
Yeah, I'll throw my 2 cents out there.
Couple of pennies for your thoughts. I'll start with the ones that were directed right at Lester. I put a post on our Facebook page. We want to connect with you. Hopefully everyone's doing good in the social isolation. We already talked about how we're doing, right, on podcast?
We good.
We good?
Everyone's healthy. We're good.
Okay. So some people left questions in the comment section of that post. And I'll ask Lester on behalf of everybody. Richard Martinez, he wrote, "Ayo." Was that like Razor Ramon? "Ayo. I need some good soul tunes to listen to. Old school or new school.
Man.
Artists like Duran Jones, Lee Fields, Mayor Hawthorne, etc. Salamat po, kuya." Oh, they called you kuya.
Yeah.
Man, so did you get that, Lester?
I haven't really listened to a lot of stuff that he's been listening to, but like the closest thing, maybe older stuff, Raphael Sadiq from Tony Tone. Yeah. And Leon Bridges, right? Yeah, that's like the only stuff I could think of right now in terms of like old school sound. The newer stuff, Anderson .Paak, but that's all I could say. Like when I saw the question before, I was like, man, what can I compare it to? I haven't really. It's so hard. I'm like too like particular with what I'm listening to. So
You're
I will
old
say
school Bobby Bland.
Yeah. But
I'm sitting here like, yeah, sure, that sounds good.
So yeah, Leon Bridges, Raphael Sadiq. That's it. Sorry, man. Like, if I had more, I'd say some, but I really don't right now. Just those two.
See, when I hear like soul tunes, I think of like blaxploitation music, like the bum chuk bum chuk bum chuk bum. You know what I mean? That shit. That's what I'm thinking. But
they're just talking about like traditional like bluegrass, blues, like soul R&B stuff.
Eight darts. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that can segue to the next question from Jeff Edmonds. He asked he'd love to hear about Lester's favorite album of all time, and I know Lester's gonna have a difficult time with that. Best album of all time. Do you have one, or do you believe in that, Lester?
I don't believe in that.
It can't be. Yeah, it's got to depend on like mindset and like everything at the time you heard it or whatever, right?
Exactly. a lot of the music I listen to is basically like the soundtrack to my life. So if you mention an album to me right now, I could probably tell you where I was in my life.
So
High fidelity.
Yeah.
okay, so what about this, Lester? I come to your house, I have a gun to your head. Pick your favorite album of all time. I would never let anyone hurt you, Lester. I will defend you. But gun to my head, what would you say if you had to pick one? Honestly, what comes to my mind when I think of like that question is like The Chronic. Dr. Dre's The Chronic. Even though I know it's not legit the best album of all time. It's a tough one because Lester cares so much about music. Like, I feel like if you picked one favorite album, to you it'd be like insulting a bunch of other like artists and music genres and stuff.
Yeah, it would.
But remember, you got a gun to your head, and I'm about to snipe him out. But in the meantime, you have to answer
my favorite album that I absolutely listen to every day, maybe New Edition's "Heartbreak."
That's weird.
From
That's
1988.
You went with a New Edition album.
You know, because I could listen to that, like I still do listen to that every day. But then, see, that's an R&B album. If there was like a rock pop album, I would probably tell you like Roxy Music. Ah, man, rap. I have a lot of favorite rap ones.
I know it's like when you try to pick the best rapper of all time. Lester hates that question so much. There is no best. Of course, Lester doesn't say Nate's the best rapper of all time. You remember Asian Avenue? Sorry, this sidebar. Remember Asian Avenue?
Yeah.
What was that, like a social media or social?
Yeah, it was social media before social media. It was like a forum, really. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Anyways, it was just for Asians. Which, now that you think about it, back then it didn't seem racist, but today I think it's kind of a racist platform.
Oh yeah.
Only Asians allowed. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, social media. On there, my name was MC Nate. Everyone called me MC Nate. I'm like, no, I worked at McDonald's.
No, it's McNate.
McNate.
McNate?
Because I worked at McDonald's, so I went McNate. But it did help. I put my name in all caps, you know? But it was supposed to be McNate, but everyone's like, oh, Nate, you're a rapper now? And then everyone wanted to battle me. I'm like, bro, no, I work at McDonald's. It's McNate. No, and some people be like, yo, let's battle rap at the next school dance. I'm like, no, I'm not a rapper. Just McNate. I work at McDonald's. I flip burgers like a pro. You know? Anyways, best rapper of all time is Nate, bro. So I'm saying Kuya Nate, best rapper of all time. Undefeated. Look at Lester. He's thinking so hard. He froze himself.
I'm thinking
He's not frozen, ladies and gents. He's literally frozen in thought.
See, this is the issue too, man. Like, I love, like, Amy Winehouse, all that stuff. I
love seeing you squirm.
I hate this. It's...
If it's your passion, I feel like you really put a lot of thought into it. That's why. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Sure. How about art? Like, stuff I've been listening to, like, yeah, like New Edition, album, Roxy Music, Avalon from like 1982. This is like before I was born. The Cure. Like, yeah. See, there's so many, man. It's screwed up.
We'll leave it at that. Lester's answer is no answer.
No,
Ian,
I'll just.
You want to jump on that question, Ian?
Like, if they want to answer right now, sure. New Edition, Heartbreak. Like, I have it on vinyl, CD. I listen to it all the time.
Wow. The policeman has just left my door because Lester just copped out. That's horrible.
I murdered myself on my own shit.
Doggy style? Snoop Dogg's Doggy style? Skee-Lo?
See, this is the thing, though. You want to have an album that everyone can listen to. You can't just put Snoop there and tell some kid or some old person, hey, listen to Doggy Style. They'll think it's vulgar, right? See, that's the thing, man. Like, it's timeless to us, but is it timeless to somebody else? Like, this has to transcend a lot of generations. Like, it's...
I think you're thinking way too much.
I am thinking way too much.
To me, it's an easy question because I have no fucking interest in this, but Lester is deep. He's deep into this. Ian, too, man. You want to answer the question,
That's
Ian?
hard, man.
Favorite album of all time?
I don't know if I could pick a favorite of all time, but definitely near the top would be All Things Must Pass, George Harrison. That's like a 3 vinyl LP.
Okay.
some of the best music ever. Like once he branched off from the Beatles, like, man, he was able to shine. So good.
I can't believe it. No one here said Skilo yet.
Yeah, right. Why?
That was on my cassette tape nonstop, bro. Crisscross, totally crossed out. Fuck.
Flavor of the month.
Excuse me. I was at least grade 7. Grade 7 or grade 8.
Crossing this jump. The CD single with the like 8-minute version. There's an 8-minute version of Jump.
Really?
Yeah, it's
That's
cool.
the fucking greatest. That's a goat right there in your hands. Fucking
99
goat.
cents, man.
I missed the bus. Oh.
And I found that before everything got closed.
Wasn't
I went
that
to
like
the
grade
thrift store.
5, man? We were in grade 5 when that came out.
Crisscross? Oh, what year was this?
And then they followed up with The Bomb. Remember that album? That was the
1992.
shit?
So we were like
Oh,
in grade 3.
92.
We were in grade 3 or 2,
Wow.
depending on when they
Yeah.
put this out.
And then they followed with The Bomb. And then Young, Rich, and Dangerous. And
Oh, that's
then-
underrated album, man.
That's
We
a good
can talk
album,
about
right?
that.
It's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
album.
Oh, it's so gangster. It's so good.
That's a good question, Jeff. A lot of conversation here.
If we talked about, like, rock and pop and stuff, yeah, I'm, like, all over the place with that, man. Like, I love Rush.
Rush is good. I love it. Yeah,
Rush
Oh, man.
X, bro. Rush X in Canada.
Oh, man, I could talk about Rush. Oh, God.
One of my favorite videos is that guy who, that hip hop head who like listened to Rush for the first time, and then he's like all about them.
Yeah, man. I think he was listening to Moving Pictures, right? And then he was just like, all right, like, this shit's slamming.
What was that? What's that
Or
guy's
was he
page?
listening to 2112? Oh,
What's
man.
that guy's channel? I can't remember his channel. What's it called? But yeah, he's got lots of followers.
Yeah. He'll, like, randomly
I was
listen
just
to
so
metal.
hyped just watching him listen to it for the first time.
Yeah.
Wait, Ada's just playing.
What's
with
that?
Lego.
Sorry, I thought that was Final Fantasy
It's
for a
like
second.
2 in the morning. No,
Is
it's Ada playing
time
with
is it right
Lego.
now?
She's awake.
It's 1:52.
Wow, shit. Okay. Well, this is supposed to be
Why?
a quick podcast anyways. No, I just want to go to bed soon. I'm tired, man.
I don't know. Okay, what's the other question?
This one
Man,
is
my
from
coffee, I'm just awake.
Anna Hope. Anna Hope.
Oh,
We don't know who this lady is. She's just always stalking us on Facebook.
I'll just give her, like, the most ignorant songs for her list.
Lester's
I saw that.
classroom appropriate 2000s jams. What's good that sounds old school currently? Why would she say 2000s
Oh,
jams?
like new stuff that sounds old?
No. Okay, Lester. Classroom appropriate 2000s jams. What's
Oh.
good that sounds old school currently? Because I guess 2000s isn't really old school, to be honest,
No.
but it sounds dated
dude,
today.
that's like 2000 is 20 years ago, man.
Yeah, that's 20 years ago.
Fuck.
20
We were
years.
2 years away from graduating high school. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, eh? Me personally just play Aaliyah. Everyone likes Aaliyah. That or, yeah.
Wow. She said classroom
I think
appropriate,
did she
bro.
say current stuff that sounds old school?
No, it doesn't say that. Well, it
Is
says
that
what's
what it
good
says?
that sounds old school currently. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds old school.
Maybe that's two separate questions. First, she asks classroom appropriate 2000s jams, and then it goes comma what's good that sounds old school currently.
Yeah.
Because to us it doesn't
So
sound old
both.
school.
Both.
Maybe. I thought it was like to us what sounds old school, or because it's not old school to us, right? That's to us that's still. But to kids it would sound old school. But whatever. Go ahead, Lester. Aaliyah.
Oh, wow. Like, yeah, just play Aaliyah.
With all the R. Kelly controversy, you say Aaliyah.
Yeah. Hey, man,
man,
she
it's
only
not
had
her
like
fault.
2 songs with him.
Age ain't nothing but a number. But it's talking about it.
She was a kid though. It's
Yeah.
like
But it really ain't
just
nothing
blaming
but a thing.
Aaliyah for that is not
No.
the way. You
No one's
know.
blaming
There's
Aaliyah.
a
I love
R.
Aaliyah.
Kelly. There's a R. Kelly song called "Summer Bunnies." Obviously, he's talking about summer bunnies that he just wants to be with. Anyway, there's the remix version with Aaliyah that I have to find the disc for still because the remix is really good. But yeah, like I try not to listen to R. Kelly anymore.
Well, technically, R. Kelly music, I think, sounds
Just let him
good.
bleed your hair.
No, his music is totally classroom appropriate. You know what I mean?
No, it isn't.
No, okay. I'm the world's greatest. You know that one? I believe I can fly.
okay,
yeah.
Champion, whatever. That's classroom appropriate sounding. just the source material, the guy. It's not possible. That motherfucker can ride.
Yeah.
If it's true what they say about him, which it's hard not to believe it.
That seems pretty true.
Yeah. All right, and then Ian, second part of the question is for you. Favorite graphic novel series? One, it says, not favorites. Favorite.
Yeah, that's
The Walking Dead, right? It's The Walking Dead?
No, it's actually not as
It's a
tough
joke.
as a choice for me. Like, you know what? Maybe it is.
Look at Ian
there's so
starting to
many,
think now.
There are so many good ones, and I can just like look at my shelves right now at a bunch of my favorite ones right now.
You're looking at
But,
Preacher. You're looking at World War Hulk. You're looking at...
Yeah, you know that for sure.
What else are you looking at there?
But there's stuff behind those ones,
Ooh.
and I would. It's really tough because there's so much good stuff out there. I'm reading a lot of great stuff, but one of my favorites all time, it'd definitely be at the top. I've read through it a few times. I'd say Transmetropolitan is way up there. Preacher's on the list for sure. Like the show's not as good as like the comics.
Really? The show's not as good as the comic?
I'd say no. I'd say Transmetropolitan. And Saga is really awesome right now, but it's been on hiatus for like 2 years.
Oh, okay.
And it's halfway done. And when that's done, maybe we'll see where that jumps up.
The Goat Boy? Yeah. The Goat Boy novel?
I'd say Transmet right now. That's Warren Ellis and Derek Robertson.
Hey, did they ever do a show for that or a movie or something?
Transmet?
Yeah.
No.
No? Okay.
But Derek Robertson, the guy who co-created it, his series that he did with Garth Ennis, The Boys, that's pretty popular on Amazon Prime right now.
Okay. The Boys.
The Boys, yeah. It's a different take on like the superhero genre where it's what it like it's basically what like what superheroes do like behind closed doors, and like they're all like just sex freaks and into debauchery and stuff, and like killing people by accident and like playing it off like it wasn't them and stuff like that, and like covering it up. And then The Boys is kind of like I can't remember if it's a CIA or FBI. I think it's CIA funded group that's meant to like keep them in check and like get intel on the heroes and stuff like that. The comic is pretty dated now. Like I think it only came out in like the mid to late, like early 2000s, like mid. I'd say mid.
Yep.
I think it's about only like 73 issues with a couple extra ones in there. But yeah, like a lot of the language and stuff is like cringeworthy. Like when you read, like like the gangster thug type ebonics and stuff like that. The way it's written, because it's not written by like yeah,
that person from that area.
It is dated in that regard, but overall, it's like that doesn't take much away from it. Overall, I think that's a pretty good read too. Okay,
well there you go. Transmet and
the series is enjoyable too, like the Amazon series for it, The Boys. But yeah, Transmetropolitan, that's easily at like the top of my list for the most part. We'll see if that changes. That was kind of like a little roundabout way of answering that question and drawing it out a bit, but yeah.
I was seeing your face. It's starting to squirm like Lester's face when he's like, I can't pick one.
It's hard. It's a big one, but that one easily pops to the top of my head because
especially if you care about that genre, right? Like you love books, and Lester loves music. You want to answer a question from a YouTube video? Koopa asks, he's not advice, but wanted to know more of your upbringing being a Filipino Canadian. Favorite Filipino dishes? Ha ha ha. Thanks, Kuya Nate. I'm slowly learning Tagalog via Rosetta Stone. Paalam.
Beef steak.
It's pretty funny.
Oh, yeah.
Upbringing being a Filipino Canadian. Lester, you want to junior high? You want to start there? What was it like being a Filipino, or did it really not even matter?
it didn't really matter. Like, and when you grow up in Canada, you're around so many different people, like at school,
I don't think
and
so.
even
We had all Filipinos in our school, majority, right?
oh no, look at some of the pictures, man. Like
No, it wasn't?
it was totally mixed, man.
Okay.
Like, but I don't.
It's not like we were the weird kids eating the weird food in school and smelling.
You know why? It's because
Of
we
the
were
joints?
born here, man. Like,
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
different if you were born there and then, like, you came because everyone's calling you a fob, right?
That was me, and we don't agree with that. Just saying.
No,
That's
we
just-
don't.
You
no,
said it so
and they-
easily, Lester.
I know, but, like, people still say, they still use it for other things, but, obviously, like, the culture's meshed, right? Canadian culture and Filipino culture, right? So you kind of knew both sides, so it's not like things were weird. I don't know. Watch a Degrassi episode with Yik Yu. Like the old school
Yeah.
Degrassi, like how he grew up. Basically, that's how we grew up as Asians, I guess.
Because it really wasn't like, to carry on with your point. It really wasn't anything. Ian, does your life, your upbringing changed by having more Filipinos around you than non-Filipinos, or you didn't really notice it, kind of thing?
Well, I can't say I didn't notice.
Fucking eating that stupid shit again.
Yeah,
Well, your best friend was Filipino, right?
All of them.
Yeah, it's true. All of us.
but see, this is the thing. We were born here, though, right? So we were able to communicate with each other like easily,
Yeah.
right? It's not like a Fez thing where you just had that one guy
The
or
one
just-
guy just showed up like
Yeah.
in junior high.
And Ian was teaching us how to be Canadians and stuff. No, we were all pretty much. I guess the odd thing would pop up here and there, but since the majority of Filipino didn't matter, right? Like, oh, look at he's eating rice for breakfast. What the fuck's that about? That's normal.
Yeah.
It's normal.
That's normal. Yeah.
It's normal.
Like definitely the first time or even a few times, I guess you could say it's a culture shock.
Did
when
you know?
you're
Did you have a
young,
culture
but-
shock, Ian? Like, did you notice?
I guess so. Like thinking back on it, yeah, probably, yeah, for sure, a little bit. And then now it's normal.
You
It's
got used to it.
it's
right?
weird if it's not that like
It's true.
right? Yeah.
that
Our
way,
city
you
is
know?
pretty
I
much
don't know.
Filipino, like Philippine city. A
Yeah.
lot of well, growing up anyways was a lot of Filipino. I noticed anyways.
No, like there were. It's just like if you look at all the pictures from when you're from like grade 1 to junior high,
Yep.
right? Like it really was a mixed bag of like a lot of kids. Like not everyone, not like now where everyone is like all Filipino in the West End. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Like,
I
before though,
it was never a
like-
question. That's what I would say. It's just it's never
No.
been.
And that's the thing. Like I remember, right? We went to a predominantly Asian school, but when I got to university, I was like, oh wow, like look at all these white people. I didn't feel weird though. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, oh okay.
Well, if anything, in university, it wasn't as much as a culture shock as it was like a socioeconomic shock, right? Because at university, the majority of people were really well off. You know, they come
Oh,
to school
yeah.
in nice clothes, and there's me from the West End wearing like jogging pants and stuff to school. You know, and everyone else coming, they seem very like well spoken. It feels like they had a lot of advantages, and they're driving to school, and I'm like, how the fuck do you afford to drive here?
Yeah.
You know, and anyways, and then I showed up with my Valley Village backpack, and you know, yeah,
And I think it depends too, because like my mom has been in Winnipeg since the freaking mid '70s, right?
yeah.
So by the time I was born in 1984, she was here for 9 years already. So like, she already knew how Canadian culture was like.
Yep.
So it's
So
yeah.
Yeah, the odd thing would pop up here and there, but overall, it really wasn't an issue. But yeah, Ian, what's your favorite Filipino dish? I want to
Pause.
ask you first. Sorry, pause.
Pause.
What's up?
Happy birthday, Lester.
Happy birthday,
Thank
mofo!
you.
It's been your
36.
birthday for like a couple hours
36.
already.
Yeah.
We were talking about it before we started.
Ah, shit, we
podcasting,
forgot.
Like,
Good
we were
job.
Just chatting.
There's days where I have to say no, man.
I'm getting old, bro. Well, happy birthday, Lester. 36,
Thank
man.
you.
I'm happy that at least
Yeah,
we're
oh,
together in a
God.
way to celebrate your birthday.
36 is old, man. Not old, but I don't know.
Do you feel
it feels
36?
like it feel okay. This is. I could answer this question. It's not my birthday yet, but it feels like it shouldn't be that old. Like we're still young.
Yeah.
But we feel old. Like your
Yeah.
body feels old,
Oh,
you know, for sure.
I don't feel that old yet. I feel like I'm actually
Yeah.
well, because maybe I was in horrible shape in my 20s. Like I feel pretty good, you know.
I'm
No,
feeling
I
it
guess,
now,
yeah,
man.
that's fair.
Oh, here
I'm feeling it now.
I feel
Like my knees and stuff,
Yeah.
and I don't know if it's my psoriasis, like, just getting at me, like...
eat some fucking vegetable. I should have been all
No, I
vegetarian.
do.
I know you
Yeah.
do. That was horrible. But I just feel like at this point in my life, I think my parents are probably more mature than I was at this point.
Oh,
Like,
hell yes.
you know, and I feel like
But
I'm
is
still a
that
kid.
is that your, like, maybe just based on like the way we were raised, like your parents didn't have video games and all that stuff, and
That's
we're kind of like kids at heart. They had to come here. Your parents, like, they had to come here and like
Yeah.
work hard to, like, you know, provide for you guys and stuff like that. Us, we kind of had it a little bit. I'd say we probably had it a little easier, right? And then just things we grew up with. We're still kind of us for sure with this channel. You could see, like, you know, we're like grown kids kind of.
Yeah.
So I get
Yeah, I
like
feel
when
like-
you say they're probably more serious, but
Yeah.
think of it like maybe your parents were going through the same stuff you were.
Yeah,
at
maybe
this
it's-
age, and
maybe
it
it's
just seems
perspective.
like because
Yeah.
when you're a kid,
Yeah. They're so much more
you think
mature
old
than
people
you.
are just old and boring, right?
Well, you think about it, okay. At this point in my parents' life, I was already like 10. You know, and right now our kids are 3. Median age 3.
6, 5, median age, yeah.
Median
Yeah.
age is 3 or 4. So like we are in a way a little bit lower than what, not lower, but less evolved than what our parents would have been. Because right now our parents are raising preteens, and we're still trying to figure out how to raise kids. So in a way, yeah.
Maybe we have it harder.
No, I don't think so. I don't
I
think
don't
so.
know. My parents had me. Yeah, my parents had me when you guys had your kids. So at 30, right? 29, 30. So
Okay, because that's a
I
little
don't know.
unusual for like
back then,
your
yeah.
kid. Yeah, like by
Yeah.
this time my grandma had 8 kids already, right? Or 6 kids. Yeah, but anywho, happy birthday, Lester.
Thanks.
What's your favorite Filipino dish, Ian? We'll finish off Koopa's question. I
There's
think it's
a lot.
fun. Really?
There is, but I don't know. I love beefsteak.
Me too.
With the onions in
God.
it and the rice.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
My mom makes it for me with tofu. It's not the same.
yeah. No, it isn't.
Yeah.
But it's like the perfect dish though, because if you already eat most of all the onions and beef, the sauce takes care of the rice. Because I hate eating rice by itself.
Wow.
Yeah, man. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, see.
Wow.
But it's so good. Oh god, yeah. I side with Ian, man.
I don't know if
I
it's
could
just
eat
me,
all that.
but the thought of eating beefsteak right now in my mind is gross. I don't know.
Oh, I miss it so
Yeah,
much.
it is just you actually.
It is just me
I
because I don't
miss
eat.
it so
I haven't
much.
eaten meat for so long. It's like, oh. I look
I
back
miss
at all
it
those
so
Filipino
much.
dishes. I'm like, how did I
Is
eat
it, how long
that?
is it now? Is that 3 years, 4 years?
This is in my 4th year now, I think.
Whew.
4 years.
Because my dog died like 4 years ago now. This May,
Wow.
but
That
it was like,
seems so like
Felt
It
like
seems
yesterday, man.
yesterday, but yeah.
yeah, your mind changes slowly over time. I think.
Mhm.
Like Lester, like from what Lester sounds like, he's still early, not eating meat. And he still remembers the taste of meat. Like for me, I can't really. I ate an A&W burger and I was like, "Is this meat? I think it's meat. I can't tell. I can't remember. It's been too long."
That's like when I had to buy.
that one.
Yeah.
When I bought dinner tonight, we ordered from Q Bistro, and obviously I don't eat the meat anymore, so it's like, oh man, so it's either the tofu or the shrimp with this like noodle dish or whatever. But it's so
Yeah.
good. Oh, shrimp and tofu.
I love tofu now. But yeah,
Tofu's good,
beefsteak.
man, but it depends on how it's prepared. It totally depends on how it's prepared.
You get the
Extra firm,
$10
bro.
deal?
From
Caillou?
Q Bistro.
Or is
Did
it
they
the
have
other
that?
one? Maybe it's the other one.
Q
Because I
Bistro,
know
then they
we
had
went
the,
from the $10. Which one was it, babe?
that was the pizza one, right?
Caillou. Which one?
The $10 it ended today.
Yeah, which one was it? Which
Supreme rice.
no, the place. Which
Oh, Bushi.
Buchi
Oh no.
or Bochi?
Ian.
Bochi or Buchi?
Is that on Skip?
Are you
Because we
Bochi?
ordered from Skip.
Ian, ask your
I
wife
think
what her
it's on
favorite
Makeup.
dish is, Ian. Ask your wife what her favorite
Favorite
Filipino
Filipino
dish is.
dish?
Yeah, ask her. I'm just curious.
Babe, favorite Filipino dish? Yours?
Mine? Oh, Filipino barbecue.
Oh, barbecue.
This is my reaction to every Filipino
I don't know,
dish.
is that a dish? I don't think that counts as a dish.
It's a meal when I eat it.
Wow.
I think about how chewy that meat used to be and like how
Yeah.
It's so good. Actually, that would
I still say
probably,
beef
if I
steak
had...
for me.
Yeah.
Maybe is this Terminator?
No, that's Cyborg.
Cyborg.
gross Filipino dishes include dinuguan,
Shredder. Oh,
balot,
why are
Yep.
you telling Mommy knows that one? Shredder.
bopis. That's cow lung.
You want to see Mommy with Shredder? You wanna see
Anything with
Shredder?
organs.
Anything with liver, yeah, liver.
Yeah.
Like that caldereta with liver? No.
Or bagoong.
Oh, I like
Or no, it's a menudo. No, it's menudo with liver,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, menudo with litter's gross.
Some really gross
But otherwise, menudo's great. I hate liver.
And see, even when I was eating meat, I was one of the few Filipinos that hated pancit, but like everyone loves pancit. The smell of it, because I grew up my mom cooking
Sick
it
of
for a
it.
restaurant.
I'm sick of it. I loved it as a kid and a teen. Absolutely loved it. I don't even eat it anymore. I can't. Doesn't appeal to me anymore.
I remember
Just
when I
had
was
so much.
when I was eating it though, I was very particular. I'm like, if it didn't have the right amount of lemon in it, if the chunks of the vegetable were too big, I was a connoisseur. I'm like, I can't eat this shit. Your mom cut the
fat
carrots
noodles
too
or
fat.
skinny noodles.
Both were good, depending on fat noodles were heavy.
Yeah.
The skinny noodles were nice and light. But I'm like, I remember like your mom didn't julienne these carrots. It's disgusting. Like she made them like the chips carrots.
I only do it at like the birthdays and stuff now, right? When you're supposed to have it.
Yeah.
Ida's looking at pictures on Annalie's phone.
That's me.
She doesn't care that we're podcasting.
That's okay. I like the sounds. It keeps it real.
You hear me right now?
So I'm listening to Lester's music.
What?
You can hear me right now on
Yep.
the podcast?
You're streaming live to the internet.
Okay, let's go down.
She's like, I told her like 15 minutes ago, I'm like, we're podcasting, right? And she looks at me like, so? And she just realized that you can hear her.
That's why I asked her what her favorite dish was.
That's why he asked what your favorite
It's like Marge on The Simpsons. It's like, do I really sound like that? I think they're the Talk Boy episode or something.
Yeah. Oh, question for Lester. A big one that a lot of people were asking was about the status of your CD collection, Lester. How many are you at?
I
what's
did
your
an
plans?
official count. I am past 2,600.
Is that unique or doubles included?
Unique. No doubles.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Like what's
That's a
in there?
lot. I'm done.
What's in there? Like when you look at it
Print
overall.
stuff. Man, I actually went through it because we have all this time now. I have a lot of like remixes and stuff that I didn't know existed on CD. I'm like, oh wow. Yeah, I finally organized
Can
it.
you show
I was
the
like,
people?
oh, wow.
Can you show them your little CD setup or not really?
No, it's over here. I'll do a video. I've been planning to.
Well, take a picture for me and I'll edit it in here.
Yeah.
I just know
I'll take
people
a
wanted to
picture.
see it. But what's your plan with your CD collection?
I want to thin out my hip hop collection because there's a lot of stuff that I don't listen to in it, and it's just very irrelevant to me. Only because I bought a whole bunch of them in a lot.
What are those
So
albums?
there's stuff.
Maybe we'll sell them on eBay or something. Lester owned.
No.
Generation Retro.
Lester
Yeah.
owned CDs.
So yeah.
Oh,
I don't even. All the stuff I ripped on my computer, I like. A whole bunch of West Coast stuff that I have that's just too much, I guess.
G-Funk?
Not G-Funk, just the lyrical content. It's just too much. It's just like, it's very elementary. I can't do it.
Skilo, right?
Yeah. No, I'm keeping Skilo. We were in grade 5 when that came out, man.
Hamburger
Skilo's cool.
song, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone knows, like, I wish, but the hamburger song was where it was at, man.
It's crazy because I did a playlist of like just stuff from 1995, and I just remember grade 5. It's really cool, man.
And Notorious even shouted him out on a song, eh?
Yeah.
Nobody want no Skilo. I'm like, ouch. I would love to be the butt of a Notorious joke, you know? But that's a big honor. Well, hey, if one of the greats mentions your name.
More of a call out. More of a call out and a shout. Oh, jeez.
Hi, honey.
Hi.
Hey man, if
If
so close,
Jay-Z dissed me, I'd feel so humbled.
you're
about it.
relevant
I'd be
enough
like,
for him to
yes.
diss you. That's a big thing, right? Like fuck Lester. I'm like, yeah. Remember when Eminem was like
Hey, good night.
dissing a bunch of rappers, and the rappers were like, "Yo, Eminem knows my name."
Yeah, that. Oh,
Remember that? Popping champagne bottles to Eminem dissing you. I would love that, man. Come pat the NES punk. You're a piece of trash. Ian Ferguson. Your opinions are stupid.
Is that his last name?
I don't know. I sent you money and you bought marijuana with it. And then he'll say my name. I'm like, yeah, boy. Shake the champagne bottles.
Watch they do. They won't.
Yeah. How dare you diss the Amico? It's going to be the greatest product ever made. Tommy Tellerico said so.
so dumb.
We'll get into that next podcast, I guess. But yeah, we can talk more. Talk more about this stuff. Now that we figured out this hardware, whatever, it works kind of now. I want to podcast more often. This is nice to talk to my friends like this, you know, and record it. Hopefully, you guys ask us questions, connect with us, because we love you guys, and we hope you guys are making it through COVID. Do we have a name for this thing? The outbreak? Did we officially name it on Thrift Dweller?
It was the lockdown podcast.
The lockdown from the bunker.
Yeah.
No, we'll refer to this era in our lives as the lockdown.
The lockdown.
Yeah.
Technically, it is. Yeah.
Hopefully, everyone makes it through the lockdown.
For me, it doesn't I guess for you, Lester, for sure, because you're but I'm still working. Nate's still working, but you're not going out after. Yeah. But I never really did anyway.
I miss you guys.
There are things I miss.
Yeah, I really wish.
Just you guys for sure.
I wish I didn't take it for granted, man. Before this all, now I won't take it for granted. But I wish when we had time that we could have made, the effort to hang out. But we let things get in the way. I kind of wish I didn't let things get in the way, Because I'm not going to see you guys till June, July, August, September.
Well, yeah, who knows, right?
Who knows, man? I got to celebrate my birthday. Every one of our birthdays, if it's still the lockdown, we'll do a podcast like this.
Yeah.
We'll all have a little drink and it's midnight. Cheers. Kind of deal. That'd be fun.
I just want a cake, man.
That's what we should.
I already have my day planned out. I already got ordering Stella's cake, man. Getting it Skip or DoorDash here.
Which one?
I love the carrot cake. Yeah. Oh man, it's so good. It's huge.
That's good. That's good.
And I think I'm gonna get a salmon dinner or something from Earl's or something.
I'll cook you salmon and drop it off at your door.
I'll cook you a tofu dish and I'll eat it.
I cooked salmon. I cooked salmon a couple of days ago for.
Nice.
You can keep your murder meat.
Oh, you don't eat fish no more?
I haven't eaten fish. I ate fish once, 3 months into my not eating meat because my mom said it wasn't meat, and I felt bad if I didn't eat it, so I ate it. And I told her I'm never eating fish again, Mom.
No? Oh, man.
I haven't eaten fish for 3.5, 4 years.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I still do the fish and shrimp.
Actually, one time, stupid Filipino, he's not stupid, but the cook at my work cooked pancit for everyone, and he told me he's vegetarian, and I ate it, I spit out a chunk of chicken. I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, that's not the meat, that's a chicken. I'm like, motherfucker, chicken is meat. I've said this story before, but...
It's living and moving, yeah.
That's the same thing I was getting to from, when I did the... I think I only did it for, 6 months, 8 months.
Yeah.
And, same thing, a Filipino tita was like, oh, that's not meat.
That's a chicken.
Same thing, it's chicken.
That's a chicken. That's not the meat.
No, it's meat. I was still doing fish though too.
I remember he would ask me too. You don't even eat scallops, or you don't eat a lobster. I'm like, no, I don't eat that. No, clams. He started naming all the seafood crustaceans. Yeah. I'm like, no, I don't eat any of that shit. Sorry. Oh man. But yeah, hopefully everyone gets through COVID, the lockdown. Okay, Lester, you want to say anything to people? The people?
Not really. I don't even know what to say. Just stay safe.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Ian? Final
wash
words?
Your balls.
Literally, yeah, my basketball,
wash
my
your
football.
Wash your ass.
I was going to say my basketball and footballs are really dirty in the garage, bro. But then you went right to ass.
I said hands.
Oh, I heard ass.
Speaking of basketball, we're already going on to another topic, man. That the Michael Jordan documentaries next week, all appearing on Netflix. There's another one ESPN's doing, all Michael Jordan. It's gonna be nuts. It's a week of Jordan.
But let's actually make segments next podcast.
Just talk about Jordan, yeah, man.
No, just segments like what we want to talk about. Put that on the fucking thing. Because this was an impromptu. Like we spent how long have we been recording already? 48 minutes.
Oh, that's not that long.
Oh wow. Well, like, it's a long time for me.
Man, when we were talking about video games with Gary, that could have been another hour too.
Yeah, I know, but
All the cool kids do like 4-hour podcasts, guys. Come
Yeah.
on.
There's Donnell Rawlings has Joe Rogan.
You were talking about that before.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's gonna be a guest like this week or something.
Wow.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
we met
I
Donald
haven't even
Rollins.
watched Rawlings yet.
Oh man, that was
We
like
did.
an honor.
Yeah, we took a picture with him.
Remember,
We
you
never
guys
even
took me there for my
talked about it.
birthday. That was my birthday. I'll put a picture of it here, but that was an honor to meet Ashley Larry.
It's like Ashley Larry, man.
Yeah.
Oh, or what was his pimp
high
name?
guy?
Silky.
Oh, and the pimp one?
Yeah, the pimp was Silky.
Shit.
Oh man.
100% rat ass.
Yeah,
I can't remember what his
Hit me,
pimp name
baby.
was.
I'll check.
I thought it was Silky. Wasn't it Silky? Or is there like
Yeah,
two
it was
names? Player hate his ball. Player hate his
Yeah.
club. Cracker was a racial epithet.
Player haters ball.
So good. That was an awesome show.
Yeah.
He was so good.
He was one of the main writers too, behind the scenes for a lot of the skits and stuff.
Mhm.
And it's kind of cool that he talks
Oh,
about it
beautiful. His name was Beautiful.
That's beautiful. Okay.
now. I like the one where he's running away because he doesn't want to be a slave, and he's like hairspraying himself as he's running. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And then Charlie Murphy turns around, and then it's his like granddaddy.
One of these guys can be a great grandfather.
It's like, oh my god, like what are the odds of that? Too bad. You know, it'd been really funny if they had Eddie Murphy. So he turns around, he's like, oh crap, it's Eddie Murphy. But yeah, that would be so
Rest in
funny.
peace, Charlie Murphy.
Just a cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of cameos, Will
Yeah,
Smith and
that's
Yanya
right.
Lu. What is that guy's name? I'm not a racist guy. He made a song about Will Smith. What the fuck was that?
What?
Yanya Jones or Yanya Lewis?
Joyner Lucas?
Yeah, that guy. If I have
Joyner
Oh,
Lucas made
yeah.
Like Will. That's a good song. I
Is
like
it?
it.
I'm like, I gotta watch it still. But I'm like, what is
The
this?
Let's
video-
not talk
the
about
video
the
is good.
album though. I love the song, but I don't love the album.
Really? Okay, I gotta ask you about that next week. Next week, Lester. I want to know.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, that's it from us from the Bunker Podcast. I don't even know what segments we're breaking up into this, but we'll break some up. It's supposed to be Lester answering questions, but whatever. It worked out.
Mm.
Okay. Bye, everyone. Come back next week
Bye.
from the lockdown, from the bunker.